So hopefully you'll enjoy it. All right, so we got your thing. I work for you. Also brought snacks. Are we good? Okay, good. First of all, we have a lot of introduced stuff. People brought in stuff over the years, whether it's grass for your cows or just something you thought looked pretty, so you planted it in your yard. And this has been going on for a couple hundred years now. People bring in stuff. Sometimes they bring in stuff accidentally. And then one day they realized they had a problem. Can anybody tell me what an invasive species is? Anybody? Yes. That's good. The FDA or the USGS defines it as an introduced non-native organism, disease, parasite, plant, or animal, that begins to spread or expand its range from the site of its original introduction and has potentially caused harm to the environment, the economy, or to human health. Sometimes you'll hear the word exotic or non, they make a difference. Why is this a problem? Invasive species cost more than $100 billion to farmers every year. Crops, drainage, you name it. It's a problem. It can cause disease, fires. It doesn't belong here. We have a few that you guys have probably seen around. Let's take a look at it. You've been wandering by a stream and you see this really pretty tree with silver leaves. You think it's a willow? It's not. It was accidentally imported as an ornamental plant since about 19th century here. It takes over stream banks. It clogs up farmland. It's prickly. It's thorny. So you could go to take it out and you get a handful of thorns. It pops your car tires. It can damage all kinds of equipment and things. And it is a noxious weed in 26 states, including next door. Next door, if you see one, you can actually report it to the state of Montana, the state of Wyoming, and they'll come to remove it because it doesn't belong there. Now, for my next one, I've actually brought a couple of my plants from Finland. Look at it, don't worry if they fall apart on you, that's what they do. So who here can tell me what these are? What kind of land? Yeah. What is that? It's a tumbleweed, yes, ma'am. It's such a gig. Oh my God. It was actually brought in 1873. And it was actually discovered in, I think it was Scotland, South Dakota. Oh. So we started it, and it causes a major hazard in fields. It goes up against your fences and it'll clog your waterways. And it's a fire hazard because it burns very easily. You just have one spark and off it goes, and you end up with these fire tornadoes. If you're unfortunate enough to have a swimming pool, you come out one morning and it'll be full of tumbleweeds. So then you have to figure it out. It clogs up drainage ditches, and your cows won't eat it. I'm sure y'all have seen these, just not necessarily flowers. Leafy spurge is actually in the euphorbia plant family, and if that name sounds familiar, your poinsettias are also in the euphorbia family. And like poinsettias, they have like a toxic sap, it'll cause irritation, but it's bad for your cows. If they eat it, they're gone. Very, very toxic. It's very bad. And it takes over your fields. And most of the time your cattle won't eat it, but you know, when they do, it's very toxic. And we have more, many more out here. Keep an eye out. So who here is going to start looking for toxic plants and pull them up and start planting native stuff? Awesome, very good. So check with different agencies to figure out what grows in the area, plant native stuff, pull up the stuff that doesn't belong, and we can help reduce the spread of the resource centers. Because if you don't, they're going to come after a plant that you might care about. So does anybody have any questions? Yes.
So I noticed like both of the tumbleweeds that are used in olive both in Russia. Is Russia still following like
I know, right? Hopefully not. I think this was before we started. What else? No, not at all. Right, exactly. Anybody else have any questions? What's your least favorite? Oh, tumbleweeds. Favorite invasive. There is no good at all. Yes.
So you can't really pull tumbleweeds out.
Some people spray them. If you cut them before they dry out, it's not so bad because they don't start spreading the seed till they dry out. They break off and then they blow away. So if you catch it before that point, it's not so bad. Anyone else?
Are there any non-native that aren't invasive?
Garlic mustard. It's kind of a weed, but it's not. So if you see it, it's not really a problem. Anyone else? All right, well, oh, one more. Yes, ma'am.
What are your views on
Dandelions were actually brought in as a food source. Some people look at them as a pest. They can be if you just want a green lawn. I mean, but they're not. Your cows won't fall over after the end. Anything else? All right, well, I'll be around for a few minutes. Feel free to help yourselves. Thank you. Have a good day.
You need to although sorry about your relationship stuff that like you're not no, never mind. It's a happy not happy. Oh, donuts. Good night. Want to stop recording?